So with linear equations, often you get worded problems like this. So pause the video and attempt this question for me. The second angle of a triangle is 3 times as large as the first. The measure of the third angle is 40 degrees greater than that of the first angle. How large are the three angles? Pause the video and attempt this question for me. Okay, let's go ahead and do this now. First thing I like to do is draw a little triangle because I like when it's a little neat. I'm going to use this. This is my triangle, right? So now that I have my triangle right there, what do we know? What we do know is that, sorry, it's not writing, so, alright, it wasn't writing, so I'll just stick to my regular pen. Alright, so this is my triangle, and what we do know is that the three angles, right? It says the second angle of a triangle is 3 times as large as the first. So if we call the first angle y, we know that the next angle is 3 times as large as y. So this is 3y. Then the measure of the third angle is 40 degrees greater than the first angle. So this angle is what? Y plus 40. Because it's 40 bigger than the first one. We just call in the first one I. Now, how large are the three angles? So we just need to find y, then we know all three. But what do we know about a triangle? All the angles add up to 180. So that means that we can tell them y plus 3y plus y plus 40 is equal to 180 degrees. And so y plus 3y plus y is 5y plus 40 equal to 180 degrees. Bring the 40 to the other side, we get 180 minus 40 is 5y. And so now 180 minus 40 is 140 degrees. That's 5y. And so now you just divide 140 by 5, right? You divide 140 by 5 because that's what we're going to do next, and we get 28 degrees. When you divide by 5, we just saw it in the calculator, y end up being 28 degrees. Now, what did the question ask again? So this is y. What did the question ask? What are the three angles? So you tell them the three angles. So the first angle is 28 degrees. The second angle is what? 3y. So you're going to give them 3 times your 28. And so the next angle is 84 degrees. And then finally, your third angle is given by y plus 40. And so 28 plus 40 is 68 degrees. And that's it. Easy. Nice. Okay. Question 2. Question 2 says two angles of a triangle are the same size. So another angles question. And the third angle is 12 degrees smaller than the first angle. Find the measure of the angle. So pause the video and attempt the question for me, please. Pause the video. Please pause and do it first. So as you pause and do this question now, let's put our triangle here. So what do we know? We know that they told us that two angles of the triangle, right, are of the same size. So, sorry about that. So if one angle, let's say we'll call it G, because you're a general. So let's call one angle G. So if this angle right here is G, and they told us that two of them are the same size, then there's another one that is also G. We know we're not talking about what we call this triangle. I know all of us know isosceles and all of that stuff. We don't care about that right now. We just want to find the angles. Then the third angle is 12 degrees smaller than the first. So the next one is G minus 12 because it needs to be smaller. Now we need to find the measure of all the angles. What do we know about triangles? All the angles add up to 180. So G plus G minus 12 is 180. So G plus G plus G is 3G. Yes, 3G. And 3G minus 12 is 180. And now we need to do what? Make G the subject. So add 12 to both sides. I don't know why the numbers keep disappearing, so sorry about that. So add 12 to both sides, we get 3G is equal to 180 plus 12. And so in that case now we can add that. We get 192, and that's 3g. And we divide both sides by 3. And 192 divided by 3, I believe that's 64, but just to double check it, you can put it in the calculator and you get your 64. So G equals 64. So what are the angles? You can tell them the first one is 64 degrees. The second angle is 64 degrees. And the third angle now, which is G minus 12, that would be 64 minus 12, which is 52 degrees. Not 54, sorry. That's a error. That's 52 degrees. Come on, man. Sorry about that. 52 degrees. Okay, this question here now. It says the perimeter of a rectangle is 150 centimeters, but the length is 15 centimeters greater than the width. Find the dimensions of the rectangle. Pause the video and attempt this question. Alright, please make sure you would have paused and done this question. So the first I'm going to just draw a rectangle. What do we know about the rectangle? The perimeter is 150 and the length is 15 centimeters greater than the width. So if the width is W, the length is 15 plus W. Now what do we know? We know perimeter is total distance around, and rectangle have what? Two pair of parallel sides that are equal in length. So over here says W and down here says 15 plus W. So what do we know now? We know that W plus 15 plus W plus W plus 15 plus W, we know that must equal 150. And so W, 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 and W, add W 4 times, that's 4W plus 15 equal 150. So 4W is equal to, bring the 15 over here, this is 150 minus 15, which is 135 is 4W. Then now divide both sides by 4. Dividing by 4, well, that's going to give us the width. So 135 divided by 4, and we are getting 33.75. So I'm just putting the decimal, 33.75 centimeters. Now they wanted the dimension, so you cannot stop here. You have to go ahead and find the length. But remember, the length is what? 15 plus W. So the length would be 48. Scratch that. I made a mistake, guys, because then notice that's what I love about mathematics, right? I was looking at if I put in this right here as 48, and you realize what was the mistake? The mistake is 48 and 33, that's 90 odd, and 90 odd plus 90 odd is 180. That wouldn't give me back the perimeter to be 150. So we have to do a lot of scratching. So we're just rewinding. Doo-doop, doo-doop, doo-doop. Rewind. We made a mistake from here. So of course 15 plus 15 is 30. So that should be 150. So 4W then is 150 minus 30. So 4W is 120, and then you divide by 4. And so now you get your W being 120 over 4 is 30, and so therefore your length is 45. Now you can check it. Guaranteed that when you add up the length, the 45 plus the width, the 30, then you multiply it by 2, guaranteed 150. Indeed, the perimeter is correct. So no, we're correct, no, we're nice. Next question. This question says the perimeter of a college basketball court is 96 meters and the length is 14 meters more than the width. What are the dimensions? Pause the video and quickly do this question. Alright, so as you pause, this is just like the question we did before. The length, they say, is 14 more than the width. So 14 plus W, this is the width W. So here says W and this is 14 plus W. we know when we add up everything, 14 plus W plus 14 plus W must equal to 96. Add up the W them, so we have 14 plus W plus 14 plus W plus W. This is 4W plus 14 and 14 is 28. That is 96. Bring the 28 to the other side so it becomes negative. 96 minus 28, and you punch that in your calculator and you get your 68. So 4W is 68, and you divide by 4 to get your W is equal to 17. That's your answer. W is equal to 17. Really, really, really what? Really nice. Really what? Really nice. But once you get W, the length now is, length is how much more? The length is 14 more, so 14 plus 17 is 31. And this is of course in meters. Alright? Easy. Wow! Alright, pause the video and do question 5 for me. An 8-feet board is cut in 2 pieces. One piece is 2 feet longer than the other. How long are the pieces? So let's do it. So notice this is what we have, right? Then we know that this is 8 feet in total. This is 8 feet. Then what we do know is that the board is what? Cut in 2 pieces. But one piece is 2 feet longer than the other. So maybe this is it, right? So if one piece is x, then over here is x plus 2. So what do we know? We know that x plus 2 plus x equal 8. And then so 2x plus 2 equal 8. Bring the 2 to the other side. 2x equal 8 minus 2. And so 2x equals 6. And so x equals 3. So what we end up get the two pieces are, remember one piece is x plus 2. So 1, let's call it the first piece. So the first piece is 5 feet. And the second piece is going to be 3 feet. And that's it. Really, really nice. Alright, next question. We saved the hard question for last. So look at this question right here. It says Mr. Ferguson is having a party. He sells Y tickets for $1,500 and the remainder for $2,000. Given that Mr. Ferguson sold 200 tickets in total, write an expression for the total number of tickets sold for $2,000 and hence find how many $2,000 tickets were sold given that he made $336,500 in sales. So pause the video and attempt this question. This is the hardest linear equations can be. So pause the video and attempt this question. Alright, so as we attempt this question, what do we notice? What we notice, it says to write an expression for the total number of tickets sold for $2,000, for $2,000, right? What do we know? He sold Y tickets for $1,500, right? And the remainder for $2,000. Well, how many tickets did he sell? 200 in total. So what we do know is that, look at what I'm saying, So the 1,500, look what we're writing. $1,500 tickets plus the $2,000 tickets, they must add up to be what? They must add up to be 200. Isn't that so? So what we're saying then is, if we know how much tickets himself for $1,500, right? This is Y. So Y plus, we don't know what this is. We don't know what this is, right? We know Y plus something. This is now the $2,000 tickets. Let's call that G. You know it equals 200. So if we make G the subject, we're saying G then is what? 200 minus Y. Does that make sense? And so the expression for the number of tickets sold for $2,000 is 200 minus Y. Makes sense? If you sell 20 for 1,500, then that means you sell 180 for 2,000. Make sense? Easy. So part 2. I don't know why the letters keep disappearing, guys, because I'm not pressing anything. I don't know why it keeps disappearing. It says, hence find how many $2,000 tickets were sold, given that he made $336,500. So let's do the second part. So the second part, look what we're saying. We know say him sell Y tickets for $1,500. So if you want to know how much money you make from for the $1,500 tickets, you multiply 1,500 times Y. Plus, if you want to know how many money you make from $2,000 tickets, you multiply what? 2,000 times the 200 minus Y. And then the total amount of money that Mr. Ferguson is supposed to make is $336,500. Alright? That's what we do now. Let me rewrite the equation around here. So for part 2 so far, right? So for part 2, I'm just rewriting. So far we have 1,500 Y plus 2,000 in bracket 200 minus X is equal to your 336,500. From that, what do we do? Well, oh, not X, Y. 200 minus Y. Don't know where X come from. So in that case now, what do we do? What we do is expand and simplify. This is 1,500Y plus 2,000 times 200. Punch that in the calculator. 2,000 times 200. This is 400,000. And then 2,000 times Y, that's minus 2,000Y, equal to 336,500. Finally, what we do? Group like terms. So in this case now we have 1,500Y minus 2,000Y, which is minus 500Y. So we simplify this part, equal to, bring the 400,000 to the other side. So this is 336,500 minus 400,000. Now when you get to this stage, I want you to take out your calculator. So 336,500 minus that amount give us negative 63,500. So minus 500Y is equal to what? Negative 63,500. Now to make Y the subject, we just divide both sides by negative 500. So divide both sides by negative 500. That's gone. And so now we just divide this by negative 500. And we get our answer, which is 127. Y equal 127. But what does that mean? What this 127 means is that this is the amount of tickets Mr. Ferguson sold for $1,500. But we need how much he sold for what? $2,000. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go 200 minus the 127. When we do the subtraction, that is giving us what? I think that's 73. So that means Mr. Ferguson sold 73 tickets for $2,000 in order to make this amount of money. Really, really nice. And so for homework, we're giving you this question to do. We're not going to do it together. This is for your homework. Alice has T tapes and Ben has 10 tapes more than Alice. Express in terms of T the number of tapes Ben has. And then go ahead and use that to write down the information given below. Alice gives Ben 14 more of her tapes. Ben now has twice as many tapes as Alice. Write an algebraic equation to represent this expression and find how many tapes Alice has, which is the value of T. So do this for homework. Pause the video, do it. When you do it, show it to your teacher in your mathematics class, right? Show it to your teacher. Ask your teacher, is it correct? Yes or no? So pause the video, do it, show it to your teacher, and I really hope this video was beneficial. So make sure to just like and subscribe and have a wonderful day.